Hello guys, this is teacher Abel speaking again. As you see, I have a new haircut. I hope you like it, okay? And I have another topic for you today as well. Today's topic is the present perfect. I believe you have studied this topic before, so you won't have too many problems with it, okay? So first, I have a definition here of the present perfect. And it says the present perfect describes past events that are important in the present, right? But the specific time that the events happened is not important or is unknown. This is the key points here when we talk about the present perfect. And I have an example. We have found chemicals all over the world. Does it says that date specifically in which the chemicals were found? No, right? Because it's not important or it is unknown. We found them sometime in the past and this is still important now. Okay? So let's continue. To create some statements in the present perfect tense, we're going to use a grammatical structure that is subject plus have or has plus the past participle plus a complement. And I have an example. The subject is I have visited in the past participle tense of the verb, okay? And then a complement, 50 countries. I have visited 50 countries. Now, if I want to do this sentence negative, I would say I have not visited 50 countries. Or you can make a contraction here and you can say I haven't visited 50 countries. We have different subjects and be careful because when we use he, we use the verb, the auxiliary verb has as well, and we use this verb has with she and it as well. Now let's talk about the contractions. I have, or you can say simply I've. Okay, I've. You have, you've. Okay, it's kind of funny, but you need to practice it. We have, we've. Okay, they have, they've. He has, his. You need to be careful because you can confuse his, which means he has, with the other his, which is he is, right? How will you know that you are talking about the present perfect and not the simple present? That's a question to ponder about. She has, she's. It has, its. Okay, how do we make the questions? Simply, we change the position of the subject and the auxiliary verb has or have, and we switch it. We simply switch the position, as you can see there in the corner. And we are going to say, have I found new medicines? Here you need to be careful with the intonation of the question. So you say, have I found new medicines? In a rising intonation. Have I found new medicines? Short answers will be yes I have, no I haven't. Have you? Yes you have, no you haven't. Have we? And so on. Okay, now we have has he, has she, has it found new medicines? Yes he, she or it has. No, he, she or it hasn't. Okay, simply as that. Have you understood? You can answer yes I have, no I haven't, right? Okay, now we have a different type of questions. The previous ones were yes no questions, okay? So now let's take a look at the information questions that are formed by a WH word. Okay, so do you remember the WH words, by the way? I believe you do. Okay, we have the first one, word. And we have the question in that case. Where have I traveled? Where have I traveled? You have traveled around the world, man. Don't you remember? Okay, that will be the answer. We have another one. Why have you gone to the Amazon? Okay, why have you gone to the Amazon? I gone to look for medicines. Okay, that's true. Scientists go there frequently to look for medicines. We have another one. What have we discovered? What have we discovered? Will be the right intonation, right? We've discovered chemicals in plants. Now try to practice this pronunciation at home. We've discovered chemicals in plants. We have another one. How have they studied life under the sea? They've studied it in submarines. As you see, the order from here to here, if we wouldn't have the WH word here, this will be a simple yes/no question. Have I traveled? In that case, you will answer yes, I have, no, I haven't. To make an information question, what you do is simply adding a WH word at the beginning of a yes/no question, as you see here. We have another one. How often? How often has he, she, it traveled in a submarine? Has traveled in a submarine many times. Now, here is the important thing. How will you know that this contraction is not the simple present of the verb be? It's not meaning he is, but he has. How will you know that? Simply by looking at the verb that follows, or at the words that follow. In this case, the word that follows is a past participle verb, traveled. So you know that since this is a past participle verb here, what you will have here is the auxiliary have or has in that contracted form, okay? Then we have the case of who. This is important because who will be always connected to the auxiliary has, never with have, but with has always. Who has been to Africa? Okay, who has been to Africa? Dr. Smith has been to Africa. Okay, so you have this. You have the structure of how to create questions. Now let's go to the different uses of the present perfect. We have the first one. Use the present perfect to talk about past events that are still important now. People have discovered medicines in the Amazon. This began in the past and is important now still, okay? Because medicines are important, okay? Especially in these days, right? Then we have the other one. Use the present perfect to describe actions that happened once or repeatedly at indefinite times in the past. She has traveled to Mexico. This means that she has traveled to Mexico many times. We don't know how many times, but it has been an action that has been occurring repeatedly, okay? She has traveled around the world many times. We don't know exactly when she did these things. Again, the time here is not important. We don't have specific time expressions here, as in the simple past. Use the present perfect to give the number of times something happened up to now. I've been to Africa twice. Okay, so you are giving the number of times that you have done an action. Before now, I went there 2 times. Use the present perfect to give lists of past experiences. I've been to France, Spain, and England. You can also use the present perfect with been to mean go and come back again. This is a very important thing. Where have you been? I've just been to the shore. I went to the shore and have come back again. This is important because when you want to ask if someone has traveled to a country and that person has come back again, you don't say, have you traveled to Mexico? Well, you can say so, but you cannot say, have you gone to Mexico? If you say, have you gone to Mexico, you are meaning that you went there and you stayed there for the rest of your life, if you use the verb gone. But if you use the verb been, for example, have you been to Mexico? That means that you went there, maybe you stayed there for 2 weeks, and later you came back to El Salvador. So you use the verb been in that case, okay? So be careful with that. Let's continue. Use ever in present perfect questions to ask if something happened at any time in the past. Have you ever traveled to Africa? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. And you guys, have you ever traveled to another country? For example, to Russia? Have you ever traveled to Russia? To China, maybe? Okay, I would like to know that. I believe a person in the group wants to travel to China, but I don't remember the name. It's a girl, by the way. Okay, good. Okay, guys, so we're going to stop here for now, and we're going to continue with this topic in the next class, because talking about the present perfect, there are a lot of things that we can discuss. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the lesson. Okay. Okay, bye. See you around.